Today's movie is Maximum Overdrive, which was the winner of our Patreon poll last month, and this movie won in a freaking landslide. Like, it was not close. Maximum Overdrive is the insane directorial debut of horror master Stephen King. And Stephen King, who was coked out of his mind for the entire shoot, also wrote this movie about machines that come to life and try to murder humans. It was produced by the legendary Dino De Laurentiis, and all the songs were done by AC/DC, and so on paper, this should have been a slam dunk, and it should have been considered the greatest horror movie of all time. And guess what? It is. Holy shit. What a fantastically dumb movie. Stephen King himself hated it, calling it a moron movie, but come on, Steve. YouTube's 6 millionth ranked channel is talking about it almost 40 years later. You made it, dude. And as luck would have it, my producer Daryl has obtained never-before-heard audio from the set of Maximum Overdrive, so we get to hear all the behind-the-scenes madness from the master of the macabre. This is gonna be a fun one. Maximum Overdrive begins on June 19th, 1987, when the Rhea M comet passes by Earth, and Earth will be in the tail of the comet for the next 8 days. And our movie takes place in Wilmington, North Carolina, and the machines are already beginning their takeover and gain sentience, but they're still kind of in the preteen phase of sentience, so they just start by using all the swear words that they know.
This machine just called me an asshole!
Stephen King said that this was based off an actual experience he had with a malfunctioning ATM, but witnesses said that it was an actual live bank teller who got upset when King tried to shove his debit card in her mouth. During rush hour, a drawbridge raises by itself, and one of the doomed motorists is Marla Maples in her feature film debut. And Marla Maples is mostly known because of her famous ex-husband. That's right, beloved character actor Clancy Brown. And Marla Maples Brown used this movie and her marriage to Clancy to leverage a 3-episode arc on SpongeBob SquarePants as an agitated blobfish named Mitzi, a role which helped Marla secure the Outstanding Guest Performer in an Animated Series award at the Daytime Emmys. The unofficial leader of the machines is the Happy Toys Green Goblin truck, and it pulls into the Dixie Boy truck stop. The line cook at the Dixie Boy is Bill Robinson, played by Emilio Estevez. Billy is an ex-con who's being taken advantage of by his boss Hendershot, played by Commissioner Gordon Pat Hingle. Now, the vehicles are the main villains, but literally any machine can become deadly in this movie. Gas station attendant Duncan gets blasted in the eye with diesel fuel. Waitress Wanda gets attacked by an electric knife. A young Giancarlo Esposito gets electrocuted by a Star Castle arcade machine. And at a local Little League game, a pop machine fires cans like missiles and kills the coach and several players. And Duncan's son Deke witnesses all of this and takes off. And now, most directors are hesitant to show children being killed in movies, and if they do, they usually try to make it extremely important to the story. It's like usually the main catalyst that sets the plot into motion, but Stephen King, he doesn't give a shit about any of that. And in fact, this is extremely tame compared to the shot that King wanted to use. The original shot had a blood pack that exploded too forcefully, and it made it look like the kid's head exploded. And Stephen King wanted to use it, but the studio said no. Absolute cowards, by the way.
Alright, and cut. Oh my god, that looked so sick. It looked like the head popped like a grape. Oh, this is gonna be the greatest movie ever made. Listen, Steve, we're a little worried about showing the violent explosion of a child's head in the movie. We just don't know what kind of audience that would be appealing to. Oh, okay, you don't know who that would appeal to. Okay, well how about I show your skin being appealed from your body? Would you like that, you son of a bitch? Stephen, you're choking me.
We then meet Brett, who is hitchhiking and gets picked up by a lecherous Bible salesman when they hear a news report warning them to stay off the main highways. She sees the Dixie Boy truck stop and tells them to pull in there.
Pull in there. And if you don't get your hand off my leg, you're going to be wiping your ass with a hook the next time you take a dump.
Well, I'm a lefty, but point taken. We then meet newlyweds Kurt and Connie, played by John Short, and the future voice of Lisa Simpson, Yeardley Smith. And The Simpsons is obviously a classic, and Yeardley Smith is a legend in her own right. And while this guy isn't as well known, he was in the movie Diggstown, and that's one of the greatest movies ever made, so he has my eternal respect. In fact, everyone in Diggstown has my eternal respect. Oh my god, go watch Diggstown.
That's good, because I got to go to the ladies.
Can I come in and watch?
And cut. Oh, that was great. Stephen, I don't know about that line. It just seems weird for a new husband to want to see his new wife going potty, you know? What the are you talking about? Watching a woman pee is like the sexiest thing known to man. I don't know, Stephen. It just doesn't feel right. Oh, it doesn't feel right. Oh, okay. Well, how about I feel your right ventricle when I rip your heart out of your chest, you son of a bitch? Stephen, you're jerking me.
They pull into a truck stop and find a dead body, and Kurt almost gets run down by a tow truck. And I've tried looking it up several times to see if anyone died during this production, and so far I can definitely say that if someone did, they have done a hell of a job covering it up. Although one dude did lose an eye during an on-set accident involving a lawnmower. Deke is riding his bike home after witnessing his coach and teammates being brutally murdered, and he sees dead bodies the entire way. And I can only imagine that Stephen King wandered off set at this point, and no one ever told this kid how he should react to the horrors that he's witnessing. And while most are horrific, some are just weird. Like, this dude got killed by a Walkman. I'm not even sure how that would work. Deke then gets chased down by a lawnmower, and given what we know about the production, that is most likely not fake blood, and is in fact the blood of fallen crew members. And back at the Dixie Boy, Duncan gets run down when he tries to leave to look for Deke, and the Bible salesman gets knocked into a ditch by the Green Goblin. And then all the trucks begin circling the truck stop, and Kurt and Connie show up, and their car gets destroyed when they try to get inside the circle of trucks. And if you've ever wanted to hear Lisa Simpson use the Lord's name in vain, then this is definitely the movie for you. I would have been shocked if Maximum Overdrive didn't have a scene like that.
Shit, I'm sick of this shit, you asshole! Curtis, will you help me? Help!
And as they're racing back to the building, Hendershot destroys 2 of the trucks with anti-tank missiles, and we learn that he's got a whole arsenal in the basement. I mean, why are you stopping? Just keep shooting them with that thing.
A girl hitching her way down to Florida needs some protection. That's what I was doing before every machine in the world went into maximum overdrive.
Oh my god, name of the movie. Oh my god, you guys, it's the name of the movie! That night, they hear screaming coming from the ditch and realize that the Bible salesman is still alive, and they formulate a plan to go get him, and so Kurt and Billy make their way to the drain in the shower room. And if you've ever cleaned a shower drain, you understand the smell that this would produce.
And cut. Oh, Emilio, that was an amazing take. I loved it. Yeah, listen, Steve. You said this was a set built specifically for this movie, but are we in an actual sewer crawling around right now? Come on, man, I'm gonna get sick in here. Oh, you're gonna get sick? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you'll get sick, all right. Sick of me beating you to within an inch of your life, you son of a bitch.
Deke finds a drain pipe and crawls through and meets up with Kurt and Billy, but the salesman is already dead, so they make their way back to the truck stop, and Billy blows up another truck. And again, just keep doing that. The next day, a bulldozer and a platform truck with a mounted machine gun roll up, and Hendershot again grabs the missile launcher and blows up the bulldozer. I'm just gonna keep saying it, but you should just continue to do that. But just then, the military truck opens fire, killing Hendershot.
We made you! Can't you understand?
Want to know?
You can't do this! We made you!
So with Wanda's repeated utterance of the phrase, "we made you," and AC/DC writing a song for this movie called "Who Made Who," is Stephen King trying to say that whatever forces are causing this are actually the ones that created human life to begin with? That's really incredibly profound and thought-provoking. I didn't expect that from Maximum Overdrive. Maybe this entire movie is actually a commentary on the meaning of life itself. Did that gun just growl? Okay, maybe it is just a moron movie. I don't know. And also, as Wanda is dying, she accidentally blows up another truck with a rocket launcher. Not to sound like a broken record, but it just seems like that's the absolute most effective way to destroy these things. So again, I just have to say, keep doing that. The truck then begins honking out Morse code, and Deke is able to decipher the message, and it says that someone needs to fill the trucks with gas or they'll all die. And the machines turn on the power so they can get the pumps to work.
I'm gonna go turn on the pumps. I just hope none of them left home without their American Express cards.
You're not actually gonna fill the trucks up, are you? As long as the big trucks are immobilized, just gather supplies and stay down in the cellar until this blows over. And also, it's not like that gun has unlimited bullets. Just stay below the firing line and disable it. Like right there. Just duck down real quick and steal its little purse full of bullets. So Billy goes out to fuel the trucks, and word gets out to all the other trucks, and they head to the truck stop to get filled up. And they run out of gas, and the remaining trucks are pissed.
What do you want?
Now, knowing how chaotic it was on set, Emilio Estevez was in extreme danger right there. He really should have known better. It was like going to a friend's house, and your friend's dad had been drinking all day, and that night he's like, "Hey, let's light off some fireworks." And you're only 10 years old, and you love fireworks, but you can still fully understand that Mr. Vereb is a miserable drunk who is in no condition to be around explosives. Billy deduces that the machines are being controlled by aliens who are looking to populate the Earth, and they're using the machines to wipe out the humans. And so Billy formulates a plan to escape and tells them about an island called Haven that's 6 miles off the coast that outlaws motor vehicles. Billy blows up the gun truck and they all sneak out through the storm drain. And the trucks know that something's up and they bust into the buildings to look for the humans. And it's been reported that King told everyone that they had to tear the set down when filming was finished. But then when he was told that it wasn't an actual set, but was in fact a real truck stop, Stephen King just responded that it's better to ask for forgiveness than to make a deal with a gypsy for naming rights to your firstborn. Everyone just kind of looked at each other, and then King just took off in a dead-ass sprint, and he was just gone. The gang makes their way to the marina, and before they can board the boat, they have a final showdown with the Green Goblin.
Adios, mother.
Which is great and all, but also very anticlimactic when you realize that they had that capability to do this the entire time. This is like the 5th truck that's been destroyed this way.
Alright, cut. Okay, now we'd have to film the voyage to Haven and show the spectacular climax where the alien spacecraft gets exploded in outer space. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. No, Steven. We have no money left in the budget. You pissed it all away. The f*** you say to me, Dino? I don't take orders from someone who has the same name as a caveman's dog. Steven, you are out of control. We have to shut down the production. Oh, we have to shut down production. Oh, okay. Well, how about I shut down the production of blood to your brain, you son of a bitch? Steven, you're joking me.
So that was Maximum Overdrive. And I gotta say, I think the first Patreon poll winner was a huge success. Thank you to everyone that took the time to vote. And for those of you on the fence, there's a new poll every month, and we're covering all 120 episodes of the Adam West Batman show.
And then after he breaks into her room, the Penguin will most likely disembowel her bodyguard in front of her.
And then bind her with the entrails while the poor man is still writhing in agony. This will also give the Penguin sexual pleasure.
He will most likely ejaculate over the both of them, old chum.
Oh my God. What? What kind of a reputation have I cultivated in this man's mind?
So consider heading on over to Patreon and helping me keep the lights on in this place. And just to let you know, I greatly appreciate every person that watches my videos and comments, likes, and shares. You guys are helping me keep even more lights on, like an upstairs and a downstairs light. That's like movie star levels of energy consumption right there. I mean, hell, sometimes I just leave my fridge open for an hour, just for no reason. And that's all because of you. Thank you.